Hi, I'm back again and again with another vlog and another love. This is Abigail Moreno, or Abi More Daily for short. Okay, right now, studying syntax is relevant to a lot of subject areas in linguistics. You must learn how to study syntax in order to understand why children acquire the language, how they start constructing sentences, and what stage do they learn the tacit syntactic rules of the language. So, it's a pleasure to bring you and show you the world about the structure of language, which is syntax, that refers to the way words are arranged together and the relationship between them. So, in line with linguistics, let me introduce to you WH movement, that is concerned in rules of syntax involving the placement of an interrogative words starting with WH. For example, who, whose, what, which, why, and many more. So it is a mechanism of syntax that helps express a question. WH movement is a sentence that usually contains somewhere in it a WH word. Words that are informally identifiable as WH words are found across the languages of the world. But the semantics of these elements is a complex and controversial topic. So I have here a WH movement as a copying and deletion operation. So this enables us to provide a principled answer to this question. So we have two sub-operations, copying and deletion operation. So the first stage is for a copy of the move with WH expression to be moved into specifier, CP, or complementizer phrase. So the second stage is for the original occurrence of the WH expression to be deleted. So to make it clear, consider the syntax of what enormity is Marshall's for aim. So the WH quantifier what merges with the noun enormity to derive the quantifier phrase what enormity. So this in turn is merged with the preposition in to form the prepositional phrase PP in what enormity. So by merging this with a strong C into which is moved forms the C bar is headed by a null determiner Marshall's. So let's try to CP. Next is PP. C bar. And C. And space. Then after that space we have VP. V bar. VP. Under VP we have V. Then AP. A and preposition always. Okay. So let's put under prepositional phrase we have in what enormity. We have here under the C, our complement is then determiner phrase headed by null determiner name Marcius. next would be the T bar where the tense is. And another one is for the verb. Then, under the word adverb, we have or. And another in what enormity. Enormity, okay. So, the two italicized copies of the copular verb are deleted by operation of copy deletion. So, but consider how copy deletion affects the copy left behind by movement in the prepositional phrase in what enormity to specifier complementizer phrase. If we suppose that copy deletion deletes the smallest phrase containing the WH word what, it will delete the quantifier phrase what enormity rather than the prepositional phrase in what enormity. So, in what enormity is matters for in, thus the preposition copying structure is like the evidence that the WH movement is a composite operation involving copying and or we have WH copying and WH deletion. So another example or another exercise. So let's create another sentence. What hope of finding survivors could there be? So another one would be, let's put what hope could there be of finding survivors? So, in order to understand and what is going on here, so let's take a look at the derivation of these sentences. So, the expression of what hope of finding survivors is a QP or quantifier phrase comprising the quantifier what and a noun phrase complement, which in turn comprises the noun hope and its prepositional phrase PP complement of finding survivors. So the overall QP what hope of finding survivors is initially merged as the complement of the verb be, but ultimately moves to the front of the overall sentence. So in letter A, this is a unproblematic, or this kind of sentence is unproblematic because it involves WH movement of the whole QP or quantifier phrase. Whereas in letter B, it would seem as if the only part of this QP is the string what hope undergoes WH movement, so leaving behind the prepositional phrase finding survivors. So the problem with this string, what hope is not a constituent. Only a subpart of all overall QP what hope of finding survivors. So given the assumption that only complete constituents can undergo movement, so we clearly cannot maintain that the non-constituent string what hopes or what hope gets moved on its own. So we can account that in letter B is that the copy theory provides us with an answer. So if we suppose that WH movement places a copy of the complete QP, what hope of finding survivors at the front of overall sentence? So that is what happening in this sentence. So if we further suppose that the preposition pace or prepositional pace of finding survivors is spelled out in its original position, so the italicized position is occupied before the WH movement applied. But the remaining constituents of the QP, or we have the quantifier what and the noun hope, are spelled out in the superficial bold print. So we have here in letter B and letter A. So the position, they end up after the WH movement. While in letter B, they have superficial structure, simplified form of copy deletion has been applied with duplicated constituents. So that is what's happening in this sentence. So I think that is the end of our video. So that's syntax. Bye guys!